Your background are you most proud of, and what one quality sets you apart from the other two candidates? So again, what one item in your background are you most proud of, what one quality sets you apart from the other two candidates? Mr. Spiegelman.
Probably the proudest moment of my life is when I married my darling Norma 33 years ago. But it was with her those 33 years ago when we both decided to start our business Normart, which has lasted all this time and grew with stores in San Francisco and Florida to be one of the most respected businesses in our narrow specialty field. That business forms my qualifications to be able to manage a corporation. A corporation that involves a $90 million city with hundreds of employees and a debt situation which must be managed conservatively. A businessman can do that. My opponent, Mr. Asaturo, has worked for the government with a paycheck all his life. I didn't have that kind of privilege. And the mayor, of course, has been the mayor with a job before as an attorney. And I would suspect that he became mayor because he was interested in public service.
Thank you, Mr. Spiegelman. Mr. Brainerd.
Can you repeat the question? I'd like to hear it again.
That's okay. What one item in your background are you most proud of, and what one quality do you possess that sets you apart from the other two candidates?
Well, to the first part, of course, I think most people would say this, but probably, hopefully can say it, most proud of their family. Got a wonderful family. I won't go into details of how great our kids are doing, and that's always, I think, you've got to keep that up front, and that's very important. I think my experience as mayor over the last years is important, and I think that continuity as we move ahead and look down the road ahead is important too. We've started a lot of projects, and quite honestly, I'd like to see them through and like to see Carmel continue to develop and progress and be a place that I had somebody from out of state come up just earlier today and say how they had moved here and went on and on and on about how good life was in Carmel. And whatever small part those of us who serve in these positions played in that, it was nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Brainerd. Mr. Asatero.
The one thing I see as the most important is that God has granted me the privilege of being a husband, a father, and a grandfather. The one thing that I think separates myself from the other two candidates, I had extensive executive leadership in government and in the private sector. I started out my career in the private sector. I worked for the government, and obviously I worked in the private sector at the moment. And what I have done is, I have tried to take the good principles from business throughout my government career and apply those into the government operation. You have to base things not on public relations, but on performance. And each of our city departments need performance measures and standards to be evaluated, to determine how well we are delivering services to our community and how well we are doing in development.
Thank you, Mr. Asatero. 30 seconds. Now, Mr. Spiegelman.
Well, a businessman, unlike someone who works for someone else, is dependent upon his livelihood for his family based on his own initiative and his business planning. This is something that I have been involved with for the last 33 years. That in and of itself is qualification. And this is something that I am proud of in my background that will carry forward if you choose to elect me as your next mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Spiegelman. Mr. Brainerd.
Nothing further, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Asatero.
Nothing further.
Thank you.